Before I start, let me tell you that I have unboxed, assembled and set up dozens of bikes over the years, but I am by no means an expert. This is not a guide on how best to unbox and assemble this bike, but I hope it helps you to do it better and faster than me. It goes without saying that if you use any information provided here, you're using it at your own risk. Okay, this is the Fiido. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. It comes from China, so what I'm saying is probably completely wrong. So let's call it Fiido, shall we? So Fiido C21. It's an e-gravel bike. It's my first e-bike. I just got the box this morning. I've opened it here. As you can see, here's the stem. The handlebar goes. I know that the picture is a bit dark, but that's the front wheel. Here's the seat and the seat post, as you can see, and that's the back of the bike. So I'm going to take the bike out of the box now. And I'm going to take some pictures. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to do something, but I haven't planned this, so I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do this. But I'm going to take some pictures as I take the bike out and as I start to put it together, so that if you're interested, you can see the process. Okay. So the first thing I'm taking out is the front wheel. It's held by, in my case here, 3 cable ties. There are 2 on the floor there, and there's another one hanging here that is going to the floor as well. The next, I think, looking at the bike, I'm gonna take the remaining cable ties off. I think this is for the front mudguard. Not quite sure actually, but I'm gonna start by taking just all the cable ties off, and then I'm gonna see if I can take the bike out of the box. The mudguard doesn't come off, so it has to come off with the bike, because there is a holder here and you can't get through the frame and the wheel and the tire. So the try to take the mudguard off and it doesn't come off. I'm not going to force it. So I think the next step is to try to take the bike off, perhaps taking all the boxes. I think this is the box where the charger is, and tools and stuff. So this box out, yeah, it says accessories kit. That's the accessories kit, and I think there is nothing else in the box. So I think the next step is to try to take the bike out. Let me try that. The bike came out of the box quite easily. I thought it could have been a little bit difficult, but it was actually quite easy. The bike is not heavy at all. So I start to put it all together now, to remove all the cable ties and the protectors there, and take some pictures along the way. Okay, the handlebar is free, and I was going to put the front wheel, but then I realized that what I need is in this box, this accessories box. And it's actually quite well packed, quite nice. Hard to do this with one hand. There we go. It's quite well packed. Not quite sure what these things. Oh, these are for the mud guards, for the mudguard holders. These are the screws, probably for the mud guards as well. And then we come on to this, which contains the charger, some tools, the pedals, the front light, the tail light or back light, the how should I say? This is the panel, a ringer, a bell, tools, various tools, and even a converter, a charger, power socket converter. Okay, probably what I need to put the wheel on is in here. I'll have to figure it out now. But at least you had a look at what's in this accessories box. The handlebar is on. Wasn't too difficult. I'm not sure if I got the angle right. In the instructions, if you can read this, camera's not focusing it. Instructions, it says 25 degrees, which I think is pretty standard. Yeah, it says there 15 to 25 degree angle downwards. So it's there. I'll adjust it later. Now I guess now the front wheel needs to come up. I'll do that now. Okay, the wheel is on. Quite handy that the bike comes with a stand already. And if you're assembling this bike, don't do like I do. Make sure you take the spacer, the disc brake spacer out before you try to put the the front wheel on. So I was wondering why the front wheel wasn't going on, and it's because of obviously the spacer, the disc brake spacer there. Yeah, well, you get the point. You put the wheel with the biggest Allen key. It's no big deal really, that easy. Just remember to take the disc brake, the disc brake pad spacers or whatever they are called out before you put the wheel on. This is the only bit that's confused me so far. According to the manual, the next after you put the front wheel on, the next should be the meter, which is this piece here. Okay, so as you can see, it tells to put the meter on, and then there's a light as well. There's a front light, quite nice one, which is this one here. And what's confusing here is that the meter goes in here. So as you can see, sits in there. It's quite nice actually. It's got one wire. Sorry, I lose the frame. It's got one wire coming out of the meter, and there is a connection, a blue, there, the blue, what is it, connector. And the confusing thing is that there are two cables here. There's this cable. Let me actually go front ways. So there is this cable here that's coming from here. Camera is struggling to focus. So there's this cable that's coming from here, and then there's this cable that's coming here from the back. And when I looked at the meter, I thought, that's strange, because there's only one wire coming out and one connector in the meter. So 1, 2, 3. Where I'm gonna put the third. And then I realized that some of these things here, they are like rubber things, and this one is actually, if I pull it out, is actually a protector. So there's another hole hidden there. These are they don't come out. I don't know. They do come out. I didn't know that they came out. And there's some red. There's another red in there. I don't know what those things are for. This one also came out when I pulled it. And this one I tried to pull it and it didn't come out. So that makes more sense, because now there's one wire here. And then there is this blue connector, which is blue for these. You can't see in the picture there, but the camera's not picking up. But there's blue inside there. So this goes here. The front light goes here, and I'm trying to figure out now which one goes where. And I believe this connector here goes into this black one there. It's a bit hard, and the camera is not helping with the focusing. So this black connector goes above the blue one here, and this one I think connects to this cable here. So that's what I'm trying to figure out, and I'll let you know if I managed to do it right or not. Okay, I've managed to put the cables in, but that wasn't too easy. This one was fine. This is the cable that comes from the meter and goes inside the frame here. This one is the light cable, which went in fine. Oops. But this one, the light just fell. But this one, let me see if I can get some light in it. This one there, hard to show. This one there. This one there. That is the one that comes from the control. So this one here is the black one that comes from the control and the levers there. That didn't want to go in at all. I was afraid of putting force in it and breaking the little wires inside, the little connectors inside. I think I managed to get it in, but it wasn't too easy. So just a warning that you may struggle like I did as well. I think I finally managed to get everything connected and fastened. This was, believe it or not, this was the most difficult part, because it's probably easier if you turn the bike around and work with the bike upside down, but as instructed by the manual said to work on the bike in its normal position. So I tried to do that. This cable here is a bit on the way. It's hard to show. This cable here is a bit on the way. Not sure if I actually fit it properly. This is the light cable. I'm struggling to show this. There. This is the light cable. This went in properly, but this one it's a bit dodgy, I think. It might not work, and I think this is the one that controls some of the bike functions. So I'll figure it out. But other than that, yeah, the meter is installed. As you can see, let me take this light away here. So the meter is there installed, and it's well fastened. Put the light right here. So it's well fastened, and the light is also installed. It's reasonably well fastened, I think. Yeah, so this part is, I think, done. And I think I put the saddle post and everything. So I think the bike is pretty much assembled now. Took me a little while to figure this. The rest was easy peasy. Actually, not all assembled, because I forgot I need to put the pedals on. So that's the last part of the bike that's going to be done now. Believe it or not, one thing I'm struggling with is the fenders, the mudguards, because there is one connection point here below the bike, and I think it's easier turning the bike upside down, fixing this one first, and then turning the bike back on its normal position and fixing the rest of the mudguard points. So yeah, doing that now. Okay, managed to fix the rear mudguard. A bit fiddly, but I think it's just me. It's getting a bit dark and I'm struggling to see well. Anyway, I'll fit the front mudguard now. Pedals are in. Nice pedals actually, a bit heavy but nice. And so front mudguards and that's it. The whole bike's assembled. Okay, had to take a little break to deal with something else. But then I came back and the bike's now fully assembled. More mudguards inclusive. Front mudguard. I put a little tape in here because I thought that a black tape because I thought I don't know, that against the frame could result maybe in some damage to the frame, to the paint. So I put a little tape in there because I couldn't find anything in the box. But that's it. Both mudguards, front and rear, are in the bike, on the bike, pedals. Yeah, bike is now fully assembled. All that remains is to charge and have a ride tomorrow. See you then.